Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Cyberpunk 2077 running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5600H, and this is running on the Beelink SER5 mini PC. Now, after messing around with all of the different graphics settings, what I found to just give the best performance was to just set the graphics all the way to their lowest setting. And keep in mind, if you go with the lowest preset, it's actually not going to lower everything to the lowest. I have the texture set to the highest, I am using FSR at ultra performance, but everything else I just either switched off or set to the lowest that it could possibly go. And this was what I had to do to get anywhere remotely close to a playable experience in here. And you can see with the built-in benchmark running right here that the level of performance that we get in some sections looks half decent, but it's really in the interior areas. Once you actually get into the outdoor section, that's where the 1% lows really start to suffer. And in general, visually speaking, the game takes a huge hit due to the fact that we have everything to the lowest and we're also using FSR at ultra performance. So it is a pretty rough experience. And if we actually jump into the actual game, depending on what you're doing, things are going to be pretty rough. But once you actually get into any action where you actually have to, control things yourself and start shooting at enemies, the FPS you're getting is going to be really rough because the 1% lows are really going to take a major dip. I found it very, very difficult to play the game like this. Personally speaking, I just don't find the visual quality and the level of performance to justify even attempting to play the game like this. It is still extremely demanding, and it is unfortunate, but it is just the way things are with this game. Now, I also did run into a few bugs, like in particular, the subtitles always just kept saying the same thing there for Jackie, so it made it seem like he was just saying, ah shit, you're right, for literally everything. So it was kind of funny if you just read the subtitle like that, because it just kind of just stayed on the screen until the whole scene finally ended up changing. But I thought it was a funny situation there, and there's still the occasional bug here and there in the game itself, but it performs significantly better than it did when it first launched. But it is just an inherently very demanding game. So I think that playing this in general is going to be out of the question for most people unless you can really stomach this level of performance. But even then, it's the visual quality impact that really drags down the whole experience. Really, just walking around in highly populated areas can cause the 1% lows to really fluctuate, and if you look at those frame times, they're not exactly flat. So we are getting an inconsistent level of performance, and in general, I just don't think it's worthwhile for you to try to play the game like this. It's interesting just to see what FSR at ultra performance can actually end up doing, but in terms of actually wanting to play the game and actually enjoy it, I just don't see how you could possibly get that out of this. It's disappointing to see because it is one of those titles that it would be great if it would perform well on here, but just in general, I don't think it's going to be worthwhile for pretty much anyone to try to play like this. So it's not an unexpected result, and really you can't blame this on a lack of optimization or anything like that. It is a title that was designed to essentially be really demanding, and it has gotten consistent updates since its launch, though there were still again the occasional bugs that I would see. But if this is one of those games that you really want to play, then RDNA 2 for an iGPU is pretty much the way to go, or realistically more than likely just going with a full desktop PC or a laptop with a dedicated graphics card. I'll link down below in the description a few laptops that are budget but will actually be able to perform in this game significantly better than this mini PC, as well as the mini PC itself, because the Beelink SRE5 is not a bad system. It just really depends on the types of games that you're looking to play. So I think it is a worthwhile grab if you fit within the demographic of people that are looking to play lighter titles or just older AAA titles or really brand new indie titles and things like that. You get a lot of power for a very small machine that uses very, very little in terms of power out of the wall. So there is merit to it, but in a title like this, it really just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, I hope you found this quick look at Cyberpunk 2077 running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5600H to be useful, entertaining, or interesting. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and of course check out the Amazon affiliate links down below. It helps support the channel at no added cost to you. If you want to support the channel directly, you can become a member for as little as $1 a month. It is greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys in the next one.